Time this week, but you're back here for this big matchup of the Panthers and Jaguars.
Yes, most definitely, Charles. I'm excited to be back. Want to see if the Jaguars can strike blood and get revenge off of the lopsided defeat that they had last year going to Virginia Union. I think it's going to be an exciting game for both teams, so buckle up, Charles.
Certainly will. Zaire Edwards passed it to Dimitri Gardner, and we had a whistle immediately. So I think there's something going on with the clock. This is a special day here at Augusta University. $1,000 will be given away to a lucky fan somewhere in the second half of this one. They'll have 4 finalists rendered at halftime. Did you get your raffle ticket coming in?
I did not. I wish I did.
I don't think it's too late. You might need to take it. I don't think we're eligible for this, but nonetheless, some lucky fan will walk away with $1,000 from Augusta University, because in our last contest that we brought everybody, the Claflin game, it was a situation where we won that contest, giving Augusta University their 1,000th career victory as a program. Jokingly, Dimitris, when I asked him to congratulate him on the 1,000th, he said, "They're not all mine."
Yes, because I made the mistake at the end of the game. I seen the 1,000 flash up on the board. I'm like, dang, Dip got 1,000 wins? I said, not him.
Over 500, though.
Yes, he's put in a lot of them.
Yeah, he's got the vast majority of them. As, again, they're working through some clock issues. We had a game here yesterday. No clock issues then. In all likelihood, it's the shot clock is the issue. They've got that one fixed. Gives us a chance to give you the particulars on this one. Augusta University 3-2 on the season, 1-1 on their home floor. We talked about their victory the last time out, that home victory over Claflin. 76-65 was the final. On the other side, Virginia Union, fresh off their contest, a 3-point win against Payne at Payne on Friday. They stayed in the area instead of flying back to Richmond and then flying down for the Sunday afternoon contest, as a perimeter jump shot by Jaquez Kirby is off the mark and rebounded, pulled out of there by Jacoby Williams. In the front court with him, Josiah Freeman. They were calling him Unk over at Payne. Turn and face, jump hook in the paint, and the shot is good.
Is he older?
Now, I don't know if it was that or the fans were just getting on him a little bit. But the opening field goal belongs to Williams. Jump his team out to face. Jump 2-0 lead. 1 minute in to the proceedings here at Christenberry Fieldhouse. David Vitti at the top of the circle with Max in the post. Said he goes to Kirby. Shot clock winding down. Double team. Edwards keeps it alive, tips it over, and it's deflected and intercepted. Now they've got a break. 3-on-1 opportunity. They'll slow down and wait for reinforcements. That's Harding elevating to the rack and scoring. So both of the players we featured out the gate, the leading scorer, Harding, knocking down that one, and Jacoby before him, giving their team a 4-0 advantage. Beatty off balance. Big Max working against 3 defenders. Shot rattles off everything but the bottom.
One thing to pay attention to, Charles, this very active matchup zone that the Panthers are running is causing the Jaguars problems to start. Virginia Union has gotten the first 3 stops of the game, back to back to back, 1 kill.
And the jumped hook up and down by Jonathan King. He averages 7 points and 5 rebounds. The junior out of Akron, Ohio. So 3 players, 3 times down the floor, and 3 buckets for the Panthers. Vitti. They'll work the ball around the horn. Dribble penetration by Vitti to the rack, and he's hammered. And David Vitti, we'll find out if he'll get shot opportunities. They'll say he was in the act of passing on that one.
Vitti had the right idea there. That is how you counteract swarming zone defenses. You have to get the ball into the paint. He got in the paint, drew a foul, so he's going to shoot 2 free throws now.
The senior out of Buford, Georgia. on the season, averaging 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Beatty puts Augusta on the board, trailing by 5. Turning the corner is Harding. And an offensive foul called on the perimeter player. Actually, the post player coming out to give the ball screen. That was number 44, Joshua Kane. I know the program that Kane came from, La Plata High School. I lived in the Waldorf area. He's from Waldorf. Perimeter jump shot. Edwards rattles off. Ball tipped away from Max, but kept alive by Gardner, and Meach keeps the possession alive for the Jaguars. Edwards on the dribble penetration. There's a whistle. Augusta aggressive in the early going.
Yes, trying to match the intensity that Virginia Union started this game off with. Want to see some adjustments, how much more they can get it into the paint. Got to knock down shots when they're open.
Beatty on the pump fake, drive, kick it down low to Max. His reverse move deflected, and a foul against the Panthers.
2 possessions in a row for the Jags. Got it into the paint, drew fouls. Got to have more of that here in this first half.
Jonathan King picking up the personal. That's his team's 4th. So reminiscent to yesterday's contest with the women in action, where our opponents had 5 early fouls to nothing for Augusta. I'm seeing the referees calling more against the visitors. Max knocks down a pair of free throws. 85% free throw shooter on the season. Leading scorer for Augusta and leading rebounder. 17 points, 12 rebounds, and assists, a steal, and a block shot a game. Transfer out of St. Bonaventure. From the wing, it's Harding. Knocking down the triple. Tahj Harding. Sensational performer. 17.7 points a game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Had a season high 25 points versus Millersville.
Right now, the activity and the length of the Panthers zone was bothering the Jaguars until that make.
Zaire Edwards coming off a fantastic 3-point performance. He had 4 knockdown threes and a career high 14 points versus Claflin in that win. Good shot alter that time by Max, who's running the floor. You want to reward the big man, and they do.
Zaire Edwards had the right idea. You reward the big man, he's going to clean up stuff behind you.
Shooting 54% from the field with shots like that. Max Amadouson. Looking at the reverse opportunity. Pressure defense leads to a steal. Gardner driving to the bucket. Ball deflected away by Harding. No foul on the play. And we've got a timeout on the floor. The advantage in the fouls belong to Augusta, is yet to have a team foul 4 so far assessed against Virginia Union. We've only played nearly 5 minutes of action in this one. Edwards will trigger. That's Gardner. Over to Vitti. Back in the hands of the point guard that we featured in our open. Kirby looking to find the range. No good there. Turn and face off the window. No good. From the wing. Gardner working his way to the right side, but they'll go down low to Max. He gathers and finds Edwards. Now over to Meach. Down low it's Vitti, double team. Down low to Amadison, and the ball is deflected away.
Virginia Union's defense has been swarming to start, and it's caused quite a bit of problems for the Jaguars.
Second field goal for Jonathan King, the junior out of Akron. And Vitti traveled. That's
a byproduct of that defense. Sometimes when a team knows a defense is swarming and pressure filled that way, sometimes it's going to cause you to not put your feet set or get those travel calls or quick passes that can get turned away. You want to see the Jags be a little stronger with the basketball.
First two substitutions off the bench for Dip Mitras. Isaiah Arnold coming in. Joining him, Timmy Sellers, senior post player. He was our special guest during the women's contest yesterday. Extremely thoughtful, articulate young man. Driving the lane and a bucket plus a foul. What a big move that was.
Jaguars got to do a better job of protecting the paint. It seems like Virginia Union has gotten to the front of the rim almost every possession here in the first half.
Tahj Harding, 6'5", out of Lincoln Heights, Ohio.
To follow up on Timmy Sellers, I coached Timmy in AAU back, I think, 7th and 8th grade. He was just as articulate then, had his mind on his books. Really great kid.
Conventional three-point play for Harding works out. So lead is up to 6 now. Arnold in the front court. Ian Edwards, freshman. Arnold. To Vitti. Working against the 2-3 zone defense. Vitti knifes in that open area. Sellers tries to keep it alive, but rebounded by Virginia Union. Into the lineup for Union is number 23, Jonathan Salazar. He was a force player, big-time star in their win against Payne College on Friday, pounding the boards, causing havoc inside. Kirby, wide open look. Halfway down, and it pops out.
Jaguars are getting the best looks they possibly can. Just got to knock some of them down. Virginia Union's zone defense, it is really effective here in the early frame of this game.
Foul on Zaire Edwards. Trying to hold down his opposite number. Jacoby Williams. Zaire will step away. And now a taller guard will come in. And the other young man that we featured, John St. Germain, you really like his game.
Really liked his game. I thought the game against Claflin that we done when he came in, his winning intangibles helped turn the tide. I want to see how he plays right now. Help turn the tide.
Tahj Harding.
Want to see how he plays
with another three
right
ball.
Now. Help turn the tide.
Harding.
Want to see how he plays.
Three made threes
right now.
twice
turn the
this
tide.
season against Cheney and Florida Southern College. St. Germain finds Carson Seaman now on the floor. Left wing. Three ball. And Meach was on the sidelines, I believe, or was it Timmy Sellers with the foul? I'm not quite sure which. See what the official does. And it's against Timmy to live play as the players from Virginia Union taking their time to resume the action. Your leading scores thus far in this game in a low-scoring affair, 17-8. 4 points for Max, 3 points for Zaire, and 1 point in the game for David Vitti. On the other side, it's Tahj Harding, all Tahj Harding, 11 points in this game, 4 points for Jonathan King, and 2 for Jacoby Williams. As that one rattles out, second possession opportunity. Why not? Salazar. There's Harding with another loose ball rebound. So 3 shot opportunities here as they drive the lane. The kick. That's Williams. Dribble penetration underneath the King.
Right now, both sides of the basketball, Virginia Union is winning the energy battle. And to give up 2 offensive rebounds, I know me as a coach, when you give up 2, it's almost automatic that the team is going to score coming back off that second offensive rebound. 2, it's almost automatic that the team is going to score. Coming back 2, it's almost automatic that
Jonathan Salazar picking up the foul, much to his chagrin.
It's almost automatic that the team is going to score.
You can literally hear him say,
"What?" Automatic that the team is going to score.
In a high-pitched voice.
Automatic that the team
to
is
the
going to
official
score.
who stopped what he was doing and looked back at him and said,
"Automatic that
the foul's on you."
Score. Coming back 2, it's almost automatic.
He'll try to get back the possession from the wing. And Seaman will set the offense. Out to Vitti. St. Germain. Seaman. Down low to Max. Driving quickly. Goes with the reverse move. Falls to the floor. No whistle. Salazar in the front court. Finds Harding on the wing. He's smooth. Goes in the left wing corner to Unk. Pulling. Back iron no good. Dribble penetration. Step through. Underneath. Blocked. Williams shot rejected. Here comes St. Germain. Step through. Gardner. We need it. That's too strong. Dribble penetration. Side rebound. Step pulled out by King. Blocked. Williams. Dribble penetration.
The Jaguars trying to string together some possessions. As you see 4 guys going to the bench. No, 5. He's going to substitute a whole different rotation. And sometimes as a coach, you got to do that to try to maybe shake up the doldrums, which is what the Jaguars are in right now. And Virginia Union is not taking it easy. They're not concerned with Jaguars not making shots. They're just doing their job, getting stops, getting back, scoring it on the other end.
These 2 teams played quite a bit in the early portions of the 2000s, and then the series ended in 2012. Last year's resumption of the series was the first time in a decade that they got together. And as we mentioned in our open, it was the most lopsided loss for Augusta last season on that run to a Peach Belt Conference championship. I heard as we were watching the broadcast, and many folks were telling me that were there, that the officials were not kind to the Jaguars in that contest by any stretch of the imagination. And I guess the hope was it could be a little home cooking coming back this way, as may be evidenced by those first 4 fouls against Virginia Union. But they persevered through it and have a 13-point advantage with 9 minutes and 15 seconds remaining as more reinforcements off the bench for the Jags. Edwards launching for 3, and he's got another one. Zaire Edwards with his second made 3. Again, he had 4 made 3s in his last game, and he's got another one for the Jags.
Jaguars needed that.
Launching for 3, and he's got another one
now
for
they
the Jags. Edwards
stop.
launching for 3.
Got to guard their yard a little better and keep Virginia Union out of the paint.
Harding. Ball rebounded by the Jaguars newcomer, Davion McAdam. McAdam did not play in our last contest as he goes with the jump hook here. Sellers with the loose ball. Looking to negotiate to McAdam deep in that well that you don't want to be. They're swarming. Here's an opening. Left wing corner. It's Kirby for 3. Yes!
Ball movement is swung around the horn. That's how you can scramble up those defenses that are active like that as well, by just moving the basketball real quickly. Jaquez Kirby set his feet and knocked it through. See if the Jags can get another stop.
7-footer on the floor now, and a perimeter jump shot knocked home. 7'1", Eric Rustin. Rustin out of Richmond, Virginia. 7-footer on the floor now with his first field goal. He had a couple of blocks in that win over Payne. 70-67 on Friday as Timmy Sellers with the answer.
Nice high-low pass from Jaquez Kirby there to find Sellers in the midst of all that chaos, and Sellers had the presence of mind to get his feet under him and finish.
Sellers used to guarding 7-footers. Of course, he guarded Tyshawn Crawford every day at practice for the entirety of Crawford's time with the Jaguars. Isaiah Arnold Finds Edwards. Extra pass to Kirby. Now McAdam comes up short, follows up his own, but deflects it in the hands of the Panthers. Front court passing. Tahj Harding keeps it alive on the wing. Always so calm, cool, and collected as Harding. In the midst of it all, he just grabbed it with two hands, passed it off to his guards. Now turning the corner, it's King. Looking to elevate. There's a strip. Edwards, 2-on-1 break. Takes it to the rack and lays it up and down. Edwards has 8 points, averaging 7 points, 2 assists, and a steal.
So there's Zaire.
Are scoring 78 points a game. Their opponents 74. Last year's team finished the season 27-6. They averaged 80 points a game and 71 to their opponents. So just a couple of points off the scoring average from a year ago without all that firepower and experience, and just 3 more points allowed to our opponents. You know, again, based on the experience and defensive prowess that we had with our 7-footer, Jaguar young team is doing quite well. 3-2 record, looking for their 4th victory today as the 3-point attempt by the Panthers no good. King keeps it alive over the top of Arnold. Underneath he finds his big guy. And Rustin unable to get the ball elevated. Slightly built young man. No good. King, Evers no good. Evers no good. So let's take another look.
Here it is. Rustin goes up. Bang, bang play. Zaire Edwards stepped in and had his hands down. Maybe if he goes with the chest, we don't get the foul call there.
Arnold. Eric Rustin.
Charles Rustin is longer than a bad day. Very, very long.
And you see him side by side, and you walk up to him, and I know you're, 6'5", 6'6"?
6'6".
Yeah. He's still just way up there, this guy.
Go gadget arms, go gadget legs.
He played some pivotal minutes down the stretch against Payne College, and that come from behind victory. Panthers were down throughout most of the first half as well as the second half. It was nip and tuck through the final 4 minutes, and then Panthers took over, and it was Payne who was trying to make the come from behind effort. McAdam somehow gets it down low to Sellers. Ball deflected off Sellers. It'll be Panther basketball.
So Jaguars have the right idea. Want to try to get an entry around the free throw line area to collapse the defense. Just have to do a better job of executing when they get the ball in there.
Hardy. Perimeter play leads to a foul. Davion McAdam picking up the personal. McAdam, a junior transfer, 6'2", out of Casper, Wyoming. Jaguars in a man. And they force a turnover.
A bit of over dribbling there from Tahj Harding, who's had an excellent first half, led to the turnover.
Hadn't gotten a shot in a minute. Here's Vitti. Kirby. St. Germain the third and Arnold. Looking to get the ball in the post. There it is. Diagonal pass to Vitti for 3.
Jaguars needed that. Something David Vitti is a veteran, and he knows how to make plays.
36% three-point shooter on the season. That's his 9th made 3 of the year. His first field goal, he's got 4. With under 5, the Jaguars have cut the lead down to 4. King to the bucket. Contact and a whistle.
I just think Big Max has to step a little earlier there and have some help their action. He got the foul because he got off his horse too late on the penetration and was just a half step late being there.
King, a 77% free throw shooter on the season, averaging just under 8 points a game, 5 rebounds, shoots 20% from long range and 52% overall from the field. King will check out, and to replace him is Joseph Allen III.
I'll tell you this, Charles. I don't think the Jags have put together a complete half, and for them to be down 5 at the time and space that it's in, they have that bodes well for them.
Dimitri Gardner exploding to the hole, takes contact, and he'll step up to the line. That foul committed by number 22, I believe. David Pope just in the lineup, the sophomore out of Pennsylvania, 6'6".
When you look over Virginia Union's roster, they have some exceptional length and a lot of 6'6", 6'7" bodies on this roster. Which lends into their zone and their aggressive play. They have length all over the floor.
76% free throw shooter, Gardner. Second leading scorer, averaging 15.6 a game. Makes that second one. The lead is down to 4. There's a deflection. Turn in the corner. Lefty floater, no good. Ball tipped, no good. And Gardner with the board. Here comes Carson Seaman. Madison in the post. Arnold finds it. Cross court. There's Vitti wide open once again. David Vitti.
Paint touch, kick it out. That's how you hurt aggressive defenses. Jaguars on a run.
10th made 3 on the year for Vitti. That'll improve his 36% average from long range. David Vitti, the most consistent scorer for Augusta this season in terms of his productivity. Coach, and digging into the numbers as we'll keep it here during that win over Tusculum, means the 29-4 Jaguars set to take on the top seed Wingate at 3 p.m. today. By virtue of winning the Southeast Regional, either AU or Wingate will play in the Division II Volleyball Elite 8. That's December 7th through the 9th. In Moon Township, Pennsylvania. You can check out all the action as soon as this one concludes, or 3 p.m., whichever comes quickest, on AugustaJags.com and the NCAA.com, or NCAA.org, I should say. 26-25 is our score. 3:24 left to play. Foul in the backcourt against the Panthers. And with them over the limit, the Jaguars are headed to the line.
Jaguars stayed the course, overcame a slow start to this game, started getting stops, and now they have a chance to go up when they were down by 13 at one point in this first half.
Kirby has been a volume shooter thus far this year, especially against Fayetteville State. He had 17 attempts in that one. He knocks down a pair of free throws. 94% on the season. Coming into the game, 94%. He's now 19 of 20 on the year.
That's elite free throw shooting.
That's Miguel Arnold style,
yes.
Back a couple of seasons ago. There's a 3-ball. Once again, Tahj Harding liking the sight lines in this building. That's his third made 3. He's got 16 unofficially.
Look, Charles, in the words of Lil Wayne, Tahj Harding, he might ball, but he don't play.
Carson Seaman goes cross court to Vidi. Bullet pass down to Amadasun, and he scores. Max Amadasun.
It's the good part of the game, portion of the game. Both teams have settled in. They're both getting what they want offensively. It's going to come down to stops now.
Amadasun with the huge field goal there to tie things up. And now back the other way. There's a reach-in foul against Harding, who's trying to get to the bucket. Both teams now over the limit. That's the 8th foul. Assessed against the Jaguars. Dimitri Gardner picking up his first. Harding, the 70% free throw shooter, knocking down a pair. So on the season, Tahj Harding, 45% from the field, 39% from long range. Had 19 points and 4 rebounds versus Payne on Friday. Long rebound to Vidi. Carson Seaman will reset. Extra pass, Kirby on the wing, driving inside, gets too deep, loses control, finds Vidi. Driving to the bucket, now the kick. Gardner from deep. Shot deflected, ball tipped, and off the fingertips of the big fella inside. It'll be Jaguar basketball.
Jaguars trying to penetrate this zone. Find guys, find shooters.
The Jaguars trying to find answers wherever they can as they are inside of 2 minutes left to go with Dip Metris looking to give away $1,000 coming up in the second half of this one. The finalists will be registered here soon. During halftime, they'll be named and represented. There's Seaman. As the shot clock wound down, that one rattled off. Carson Seaman, an efficient three-point shooter on the year. Before that miss, Seaman was 2 of 3 on the season.
I think the Jags tried to run a lob play to Jaquez Kirby on the inbounds, and I think Seaman missed him. And then from there, with only 5 seconds on the shot clock, they had to rush and scramble to get a shot off. Not the best one that they would want.
Rustin at the line. Now 1 of 3 at the line for Rustin. He's got 3. 2-point game. The Jaguars with an opportunity to tie or take the lead on this possession. Edwards down low. Amadison. Extra pass. Vidi. Right side corner. No good. Ball pulled down by King. Releases to Harding, who gives way to Vines. Vines, the junior out of Clinton, Maryland. Jump hook in the paint. Knocked home. So big on big crime there. As Rustin with the field goal, his second.
Very difficult to defend Rustin around the basket with his length, and he can get off the floor fairly quickly. It's very difficult to defend him if you don't get into his body early.
Get it down low to Max. Bounce pass underneath the Gardner. Rejected by King. 24 seconds left. That's Harding to the basket. Too strong. Back comes Edwards. Cross the timeline. Kirby. Extra pass. To the bucket. Vidi. Front iron no good. Amadison. Short range jump shot is good. Amadison. His third field goal. He's got 8. And the shot counts at the buzzer. Big time shot by Vines to close out the proceedings here in the first half. There's to hold on to get this victory and a pair of victories in the Garden City over 3 days.
If I'm Coach Butler, I'm telling my team that we got to remain strong. We also have to put together another 20 minutes but we also want to stay active defensively, and we want to keep trying to penetrate. It worked out well for them in the first half. And then lastly, I'm going to tell them, when in doubt, get the ball to Tahj Harding.
Tahj Harding with 18 points, 6 of 10 shooting from the field, 3 of 4 from long range, 3 for 3 from the line. He was sensational in 18 minutes and 43 seconds. The game-high scorer, no Jaguars in double figures. Max Madison chipping in with 8 points along with 2 rebounds, and Zaire Edwards had 2 boards and 8 points as well. David Vitti with 7. The opening field goal belongs to the other young man we featured, Jacoby Williams, as he put the biscuit in the basket for his second field goal of the game. Williams has 4. So we half court out of bounds to the Jaguars. Zaire Edwards will trigger. 2-3 zone for the Panthers. Williams and Freeman outside. Kirby gets his own. Edwards, wide open look. Side rim kept alive again. Third try for the Jaguars, but a throwaway by Madison. Williams to the bucket. Right hand no good. Vitti with the big paw.
I think the Jaguars can capitalize. Usually when they're getting stops is when it translates to offense for them, when they're getting stops. But right now they've had a very cold start to the second half. A couple of turnovers and missed shots.
Dimitri Gardner called out of bounds on that play as he caught the ball on the wing. King driving by Kirby. Ball tipped up once, tipped up twice. Loose ball. King keeps up with it. Out it goes for Harding's 3 ball. No good. Back to Harding. Tahj to the basket. Left hand comes up short, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Jaguars have to reach down deep and find the energy to hold box outs and leave Virginia Union to 1 shot. Any team that's getting 3 and 4 shots in offensive possession, they usually win the basketball game.
Both teams with 5 offensive rebounds in that first half. Virginia Union with a slight 17-16 advantage on the boards. 1 of 2 for Harding. He now has 19 points. Season high and career high 25 versus Millersville. As Dimitri Gardner knocks down the 3 ball, and we needed it.
Definitely needed that. Now you want to see if the offense is going to fuel the defense, and the Jags limit Virginia Union to 1 shot. Right now, the Panthers are living at the front of the rim. Jaguars going to have to do a better job of guarding their yard on the perimeter.
Gardner to the rack with the attack.
That's a good sign for the Jaguars if Gardner can get going. He's one of the better scorers on the team, and he had a pretty quiet first half.
Yeah, Gardner was 0 of 3 from the field. 0 of 2 from long range, 1 of 2 from the line. 2 quick field goals here certainly can help his scoring average. Second leading scorer averaging nearly 16 a contest. Vitti attacking the rim. No. Followed up by Madison. And a foul.
Madison, we referenced this in the first half. Here we go, the highlight there. David Vitti getting the paint touch. Trying to finish over Rustin and Harding. There's Big Max following it up. Grabbing it, taking the hoop in the arm and finishing. So Charles, at halftime when we talked about it coming back, one thing that I said was every time the Jaguars needed a basket, something to keep them closer, to get momentum, Big Max was there, and there he was again here in the second half.
Got a foul inside. So Madison with picking up the personal. That's his second. Elevation. Short range jump shot, no good. Kept alive by Kirby on the end line.
Jaguars getting stops. They took the first punch from the Panthers to start the half, and here they are with a nice counter punch for themselves.
Wide open look for Gardner. He's got it.
A lot of what's going on right now is the Dimitri Gardner show.
8 points in less than 4 minutes of play here in the second half from Meach. King loses control of the basketball. He's out of bounds and touches it. No whistle. The Jaguars come away with it. Kirby. Meach. Driving, gets bumped once, elevates, finds a Madison. There's a whistle and a foul committed by the Panthers. That'll go against Jonathan King. And there's a timeout on the floor. This coming Thursday, the 7th. Bruton Parker will be the opponent. And we'll invite all the youngsters that qualify to make their way inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse, pack the building, and enjoy college basketball, many of them for the very first time. Always a lot of fun and something to look forward to. Jaguars working around the perimeter. Shot clock at 10. Nice look inside to Gardner, who lays it up and it finds the bottom.
Brilliant penetration there by Jaquez Kirby. Had his eyes up, find Dimitri Gardner. Dimitri Gardner is on a heater right now to start the second half.
He's got 10 here in the second half. 11 overall. 4 under his season average. Hardy. Between the leg dribble against a Madison. Reaching in, or actually they just call him on a bump, not the reach, but David Vitti picking up a foul. He tried to lock down Jonathan King.
Virginia Union's in a different place. They pretty much led this game the entirety of the game, and they found themselves down now. They've hit a lull offensively, and they've given up bucket after bucket to the Jaguars on the defensive end. Want to see how they counteract their current state of events right now.
That first 4 minutes of the second half is the elevation, and it drops home. They found a little offense that time by Harding.
There was the answer, Charles. Just go to Harding.
Yep. When all else fails, Tahj Harding. First field goal here in the second half, he's got 21. But before that made field goal, they were 2 of 9 shooting in the second half through the under 16 timeout. Madison with the huge field goal there. He's got 10. He's in double figures. Joining Dimitri Gardner.
Jaguars are up in the shirts of the Virginia Union ball handler.
Trying to give them a little taste of their own medicine. Driving. Underneath it's Williams. Jacoby. Off balance shot, no good, and someone tripped him. Conversely, the Jaguars 14 of 34 for the game. That's 41% shooting, 4 of 7 here in the second half. 57.1%, 2 of 3 from long range here in the second half as well. So the Jaguars off to a hot start. See if they can sustain it in more than just that 7-minute spurt.
That was something you talked about at the half, just the spurtability. So they started off maybe the first 2 minutes finding their feet, and now they're on a spurt right now. You want to see how long this goes. You want to see how long it goes for the Jags.
So Jacoby Williams, 79% free throw shooter, 31 of 39 on the year before those attempts. Knocked down a pair. The junior out of Jacksonville, Florida. Gardner. Too strong in that attempt. That was the proverbial heat check there.
Yep, because I think he missed Beatty with one more swing pass, but the way that he's scoring here in the second half, you almost just forgive that and you let him go till he cools off.
Salazar, unable to explode. Again, he's one of those guys that we saw at Payne on Friday, just really powering the undersized 5-man or stretch 4, if you will. That's a deflection in the steal. They've got some speed in the front court. Dump off pass, and he misses the bunny. King lost the ball loose, picked up by Arnold. Arnold picks up his dribble, gets it in the front court. He'll settle things down. He needs some help. Gardner will provide. Vitti drives to the bucket with the right hand.
Impressive pump fake. Got the defender off of his feet. Clear lane to the basket for David Vitti, the veteran, getting it done.
The Jaguars with a 2-point lead under 13 minutes to play. First time in a long time. Harding to the rack. Rejected. Edwards. Ball tipped out of his hands. Last touch by Salazar. It'll be Jaguar basketball.
Harding's got some old school about him. Some Adrian Dantley, some of that old school 80s basketball player in him. He can hit the open shot, but he prefers to put you on his hip and take you all the way to the front of the rim to try to get offense. Or in the new age parlance, he's a 3-level scorer. We've seen him hit threes tonight. He's got it from the mid-range and all the way into the front of the rim.
Vitti, why not? David Vitti for 3. 5 points. The last 5 belong to David Vitti. He's got 12, and the Jaguars with their largest lead of 5. Harding. Tahj Harding. His 4th made 3 of the ball game. That's a season high.
I love his his videos.
Yeah, his social media game is on fire. 11:52. A lot of coaches could take some lessons from Demetrius in his 20th season. Carson Seaman back on the floor to run the show. Isaiah Arnold joining him on the wing with Dimitri Gardner, David Vitti, and Timmy Sellers. Ball tipped out, controlled by King, tipped away, run down on the sideline, but not in time. As Vitti goes into the crowd looking for that $1,000 that might be somewhere stuck on somebody's chair.
Look, I dive out of bounds.
So 11:24 left to play. Panther basketball. Virginia Union out of Richmond. 5-4 record coming in, 2-2 on the road. They have made some road trips thus far this year. Only 1 home game in the early portions of the season. And now foul committed by Dimitri Gardner. Got to send Salazar to the line. So far this year, they were in Millersville, Pennsylvania for a pair of games. Went to Connecticut for a couple. Then to West Virginia. Then their home game against arch rival Fayetteville State. That was a non-conference game. They won that one by 3 and defeated Payne. So they've been in Virginia, West Virginia, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and now Georgia.
It's been quite a few places, and that's one of the beauties of playing athletics in college, just to see moving around, seeing the world, seeing other places in the United States. All of it vital for your education as a young man.
And also pouring into our economy as well, as they stayed for the entire weekend, got in on Friday, 8 really well Friday night after their victory over Payne. And then they stayed Saturday, found some practice facilities to work on their game, and then went to watch the SEC championship game at Twin Peaks. Coach was telling me, had a great meal, some good sights, and watched the Georgia fans.
I think they were pretty hurt yesterday, Charles.
Yeah, very much so. And hurt even more this afternoon with the announcement. Beatty, second opportunity, no good. And a long rebound pulled out of there by the Panthers. So we're deadlocked at 50. Vines with possession. Kalen hands it off. King, spin move to the basket, lays it up, no good, but a foul.
That's where Virginia Union likes to generate offense. They love to get to the front of the rim, try to draw a foul, or collapse your defense and kick it to someone. And they've done it with fairly relative ease here this afternoon.
This Virginia Union team is comfortable playing at all types of levels. They can play low-scoring affairs, ratchet it up, and get the scoring rolling. 102 points they scored against Cheney earlier this season. They shot 68% in their win over Payne College. Last season, they were 24-8, 6-5 on the road, 11-1 on their home floor. Defeated Fairmount State in the first round of the NCAA at Atlantic Regional, 66-64, and lost in the round of 32 to the top seed, IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. They had 9 games that were decided by 5 points or less. 9 victories last season out of 12 tries of 5 points or less. They're used to being in tight games. Jump shot on the way, rattles off, no good. King, off-balance floater, no good, kept alive. To Edwards, who's back on the floor. He's got Arnold on his right. Modison underneath. Beatty. Back to Edwards. They work the triangle game, get it down low. Excellent passing, but Modison couldn't deliver.
And so there what happened, Jaguars, that's what they needed, that kind of possession, for the ball to touch the paint. They've had a few possessions in a row where it's just went around the horn, so go from corner to the slot, to the other slot, to the other corner, back to the slot in a jump shot. You can't make the defense move, so there it is right there. Jaquez Kirby got the entry pass around the free throw line, found Big Max. He got squeezed there, which is going to give the Jaguars the possession back.
Yeah, a foul was committed. They called that one against Harding. That's his second. Beatty. Contact is made on the perimeter. And that foul will go against number 12, Zaire Baskerville. So Baskerville seeing his first action. He's out there on the perimeter with Williams. Max finds Gardner. Open, look for three.
That's Gardner. Hands are hot right now.
Dimitri Gardner has upped his scoring average by 11 points this season, year over year, and he's having a sensational second half. 13 of his 14 coming in the second stanza. There's a trip. I think that'll go against Gardner.
He's a bit disappointed, but a teaching point there is you never stick your hand in on a driver. You take that extra step and slide over and give the ball handler your chest to try to go through. So he got it. May thought it was minimal contact, but usually when you step late and you stick that arm in there, you're going to get the foul call.
Baskerville at the line. Out of Henrico, Virginia.
Something for the Jaguars to be cognizant. Every time they foul Virginia Union for the rest of this game, they're going to shoot 2 free throws. And also, they've just got to be cognizant to keep it out of the paint and keep getting the ball to Dimitri Gardner.
Feed him and fan him here in the second half. Dimitri Gardner with 4 made threes. He matches the 4 made threes by Harding in this one. These guys on a personal battle from distance. 16, now 17 points for Gardner. 2 above his season average. Baskerville gets his pocket pick. Loose ball tip. 2-on-1 break. Now 2-on-2. Edwards inside. Ball deflected by Harding and out of bounds. Great hustle. Gardner really putting on a show, and he gets appreciation from Jaquez Kirby. Beck is there. Some of the contestants, the finalists are there as well. The cheerleaders, I think, will help celebrate the winner as well. Each of the 4 finalists received an autographed AU basketball. But right now, back to live action. Ball deflected. Timmy Sellers with a steal, but stolen back by King, who's somehow on the floor moving around. No traveling violation. And what do we have here?
I know, Charles, I've been playing basketball since 4. If you fall on the ground with the ball, I believe.
Commemorating the 1,000th win, so he gets that plus $1,000. And his teammates over on that side couldn't be happier for him. They're going to take some pictures and get that on their social media as well. Snapchat should be live. Oh! Snap that. And no basket. Offensive foul is called. So look at this again.
Jaquez Kirby went up on the trampoline. They called the foul on David Beatty, but I think it's because he extended his arms on the screen. Don't know how you call that there, though.
Oh, what a play out of the timeout after the young man won 1,000. This place was buzzing, and that just silenced a lot of them. Tahj Harding. 5th made 3, a career high for threes in a single game. His previous high was 3 in a contest. Augusta with a slim 1-point advantage inside of 7 minutes left to play. Looking for their 4th victory of the year. 3-2 as they entered things and looking to avenge the loss that they had head-to-head against a talented group. And Edwards trying to help that cause.
There it is once again. They're not driving to get it into the post. They're flashing Jaquez Kirby, finding him, getting him into the rectangle or the paint, and then he's turning and finding shooters. Zaire Edwards a recipient.
Harding with the answer. Tahj Harding, number 6 in the contest. He's got 3 of those here in the second half.
The thing about Harding is, too, he's ultra efficient. He doesn't shoot a lot of bad shots, and the ones that he gets, he makes do with them.
Tahj Harding with 30 points in this game as Jaquez Kirby finds a way to get to the rim with some flavor.
Big Max with the feed there.
So the alley-oop dunk unsuccessful, but he made a play there for his 7th point of the contest. One of the top scorers, returning scores from a year ago, and preseason all-conference performer Jaquez Kirby flying above the rim. Jaquez Kirby making some things happen for the Jaguars, and so is Harding.
Harding just uber efficient. Set his feet, you can count it. There's Big Max. Give and go right there with Jaquez Kirby. Jaquez Kirby lives on the trampoline.
Those guys just more and more comfortable, I think, as each game goes along. You can sense what Kirby's going to do, VD, etc., and then incorporating that is Madison.
And that's what November and December games are for, with the new roster, a lot of new faces. You got to have those game reps to understand and know how to get your guys the ball and where they're going to be.
Kobe Williams misfired on the free throw, leading to a 3-ball from Isaiah Arnold. There was another man named Arnold who shot a ball very similar to that range right there at the end of a NCAA game that was very special to many Jaguar fans. Isaiah Arnold, the freshman, no relation, doing it as well, as that's a rejection by Big Max. 2-on-1 break. Ahead of the field. Oh, a rejection of their own into the corner. Edwards settling things down. Dip says slow it up. 6-point lead. Into the corner. Arnold down low to Madison. Max being grabbed about. Goes with the left-handed hook. No call on the foul. And he misfired.
I love that possession for the Jags there. They've got to run. Sometimes with younger guys on a run, they'll take a bad shot or a quick shot. But Isaiah Arnold and Zaire Edwards slowed down, made sure they got the shot that they wanted. Just didn't fall, but it's very good possession for the Jaguars.
Salazar couldn't find the range. Now they throw it in the backcourt. Kirby flying for the loose ball. And coach loves it, despite the fact that it could have been a backcourt violation.
Well, what's underrated there is because Kirby knocked it out on this end, Virginia Union only has 4 seconds on the shot clock to get a shot clock up, and they got to go the length of the floor.
And coach is going to put on some pressure. Vitti needs to come up on King. King's on the far side. They're going to try to throw the up pass. There it is. Harding. Keep an eye on him. He's pulling up. Fouled in the act of shooting a 3-ball. Harding is fouled in the act of shooting a 3-ball. Let's see what the official says. Dip said he was fouled on the floor. He's going to be shooting 3. So after making the stellar play down here, they forced the 4-second play. This man got away from him. Harding with the opportunity to cash in again and add to his 30-point total. Only one missed free throw thus far for Harding in this contest. Five of 6 from the line, 32 points. Tahj Harding, just a junior. And the Jaguars turn it over again.
Jaguars have to focus here. Two bang-bang plays in a row for them there, with the Harding getting away from Kirby and him fouling a shooter, and then they're just on the inbounds turning it over. Because one thing we've seen in this game is that Virginia Union can go on a spurt very, very quickly.
Pair of freshman guards out on the perimeter, trying to trap the ball. Driving the lane. Good job of elevating vertically by Madison, but Harding equal to the task for the stick back. There's another steal and a throw. King to the bucket, rejected off the backboard. And they're going to review this one. The lead official will review this one.
He gets free. Kirby with,
because it was then a defensive play that turned the ball to an offensive possession for the Jaguars. And we go to the possession arrow. The Jaguars taking over the possession. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, and a 1-point game. Full court pressure by the Panthers. 6 seconds to get it across. They just do, and then, Madison. Careless mistake. Driving the lane, rejected again by the Jaguars. Coach Butler is beside himself. There's a break. Looking for Kirby, and he'll slow things up. Kirby working against King. Up to Vitti.
Jaguars want to settle and get the best shot they can this possession.
Madison finding Gardner, attacking the rim, and he's fouled, and he comes down hard. Awkward play there by Gardner as he came down.
So there's Jaguars off that cut. That's what I was about to say. Jaguars doing a great job of flashing the weak side cutter off of a strong side, either post pass or short corner. Dimitri Gardner has gotten a few today. So is Jaquez Kirby and David Vitti. Jaguars doing a great job with that.
.76% free throw shooter. He's been shooting at 57% from three. 56% overall. Dimitri Gardner, second leading scorer for the Jaguars. 1 for 2 at the line in the first half. Makes the second one here. So Gardner, unofficially with 18. Leading scorer for the Jaguars, David Vitti with 12. Max Amadison with 12 and 6 boards. Zaire Edwards still with 8 points. That 11 rather. The Jaguars with 4 players in double figures. Perimeter 3, no good. Freeman, who averages 8 points a game, has been held scoreless in this one. Big possession for the Jaguars. 2.5 to play. Amadison surveying the defense. Working against the zone. He throws it away. Edwards retains. Gets it over to Amadison. He's double teamed. Loses control again. Still loose. Ball in the air. Pulled out of there. Williams off the body. Amadison tries to keep it alive. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Jaguars.
Panthers' activity defensively making it tough for Big Max to catch the basketball cleanly right there. They're playing desperate defensively right now, wanting to try to bring this game back level and maybe take a lead. Jaguars got to be a little bit more careful with their passing.
Jaguars in a man-to-man. Salazar and Amadison working inside. Ball deflected. Harding off Harding's body. And that's Jaguar basketball. Great defensive effort by David Vitti. Underrated for his defensive prowess.
David Vitti just makes winning plays there. Active hands. Got the deflection. It went off of Harding's leg. The winner possession back for the Jaguars down the guts of this game right now.
Where freshmen become sophomores in games like this and/or remain freshmen. Tough turnover there.
These are the way you learn to win, though, freshmen. So that kind of pass and turnover down the guts of a game probably won't happen in January and in February. You learn these lessons now.
Harding. Shot strong, rebounded by Kirby. No need to rush. And that's the thing that Edwards needs to realize. He had control of the basketball. There's no need to throw a pass with Gardner that closely guarded. There's another bad pass by the Jaguars. Bounce pass to the post. Vitti throws it away.
Jaguars got to find some consistency in their possessions right now. They're giving Virginia Union too many chances, too many empty possessions for the Jaguars down the stretch of this game here.
So what did we talk about? In our open, we talked about the regular season began with the 45-second classic and a 5-point victory in the second game of the season versus Barton College. They lost by 1 to Fayetteville State on the road for their first defeat of the year.
Blind pig.
And there's the inbounds, and it sets up a big play for Jacoby Williams.
That was a blind pig out of bounds play. Blind pig, you hit the elbow, and you send the inbounder streaking back in, and you give him the basketball. It was popularized by Tex Winter with the Chicago Bulls. They got it a lot. That's what they ran coming right out of the timeout. Got a bucket.
Max double team. Cross court pass stolen by King. Here we go on the wing, driving. That's an extra step. Deflection underneath. Loose basketball, and they'll say last touch by the Jaguars.
Turnovers down the stretch have plagued the Jaguars here.
One or less. Virginia Union, last season, the team was 9-3 in games decided by 5 points or less. And just won that game against Payne by 3 on Friday night. Game is tied. 25 seconds left.
Jaguars have to be cognizant not to foul here. Just defend.
Harding lost control of the basketball. Kirby kept it alive off the fingertips of Gardner and out of bounds. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Harding has already looked. You know he's the person they want to get the basketball to, and we've got a biggest margin. Losing effort for the Jaguars during the 22-23 season. And the Panthers looking for their second victory in the Garden City in 3 days.
That's the gotta have it.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, pulling up with the jump shot. Front iron no good. Jaguars have it into the front court. Game is tied. Edwards looks for help. Gardner has it. Turn around by Kirby. Off balance shot, no good. Take away. Shot in the air, no good. And that will send us to overtime. Coach Dimitris wanted a foul on the follow-up attempt inside. The 10th head coach in Virginia Union history. 8th season with the Panthers. Native out of the District of Columbia, Archbishop Carroll High School. 98 grad of Virginia Union. And we're underway in the overtime session, matching up against Dimitris in his 20th season. Coach Mitris been through tons of overtime sessions throughout his illustrious career, the legendary Mitris out of Belmont Abbey. Feedy forces the pass to the corner. Gardner saw it deflected by Salazar. It'll be Augusta basketball with 11 on the shot clock.
Very similar to how the Jags closed off. Just got to be a little stronger on their passes. Make sure it gets there on time and on target for their teammates. Help your teammates be a little bit more successful with your passing.
Feedy, shot clock winding down. Comes up shy of the mark. Rebounded by Williams. Williams back on the floor over the last few minutes, but had sat for quite some time. He steps and elevates. Rebounded by King. King off the window, no good. Ball tipped into the corner and pulled out by Edwards.
Jaguars want to try to get a basket here. And then on the defensive side, Virginia Union is crashing the glass at a high level. Getting extra possessions, extra shots for their team. Jaguars want to do a better job of boxing out for the last 3 minutes and 58 seconds of this game.
Kirby with the elevation on the three-point attempt. It was too strong, but underneath there was a foul, and it went against King. That's his 4th. So one more, he's disqualified from the proceedings. Dimitri Gardner lines up the puppies. No good.
Kind of been a lid put on the basket for the Jaguars as well, and that's what turnovers can do to a team. When you're turning over, it seems like it takes the energy of your shot making away. Jaguars may want to get something going towards the rim if possible to open the basket back up. And the fouls stay the same, so any fouls going to put the Panthers on the free throw line.
So now we get into the foul difficulty part of the game. Jaguars in this contest shooting 44% after shooting 52% in the second half. 38.9% for Virginia Union overall after shooting 29% following a 48% first half performance. But it's been Harding who's kept them in it, and now with the lead of 2 as he's got 37 big points, a career high.
He has been efficient. He has been effective. And he has made all the difference for the Virginia Union Panthers this afternoon.
Max working against Salazar. His jump hook too strong. 3:16 remaining. Edwards measuring his opposite number. Williams has about a 4-inch height advantage. Harding working against Vitti. Gives way to Max. Drive to the basket. Float game is good. 39 points for Tahj Harding.
Tahj Harding has the look of the tiger in his eye too, coming back down the floor, shaking his head, extremely confident, saying, I got this.
Gardner, we must have it. And we got it. Give me all three of those. Dimitri Gardner with another triple in this one. That's his fourth made triple in the second half of the game. Olive earlier this season. Many of the Jaguars having season highs in that contest, including Jaquez Kirby with 21 in that game. Kirby, one that we can count on down the stretch. David Vitti with 4 big fouls as well. So things are tense inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse as the chant of defense reigns across the building. Deflection. Kirby on the floor into the backcourt. 15 on the shot clock as they regain possession. Williams drives, spins, kicks it. Open look. Side rim, short. Salazar to the floor with it. Still loose. Edwards fights for him. Ball deflected away.
Shot clock.
And a shot clock violation will give the ball to the Jaguars.
Jaguars fighting. Gave up another offensive rebound there. I want to try to play as perfect as they possibly can. So we see there's a big scrum down here. Salazar, give him props for being strong with it. Doesn't touch the rim, which doesn't reset the shot clock. Jaguars gifted a possession.
And a great job by Max inside as well, deflecting that shot attempt by Salazar. That's why it came off errant from point-blank range. Minute 55 as he crosses the timeline. Vitti slides underneath, step back looking for help. Kirby down low to Max, gathers, left-handed hook, too good, no good, rebounded, ball tipped around, Max has it. Out it goes to Gardner. Gardner will slow things up and look for help. Somebody come to him. Finally Vitti does, and there's a whistle called by the Jaguars with 14 seconds on the shot clock and 91 seconds left to go in overtime. $39 points for Tahj Harding. You know he's on the floor, that 2-3 zone defense. I called it an amoeba defense when I was watching it against Payne as they throw it over the top. Kirby trying the high entry feed, and that was a denial by the Panthers defense.
Coach Butler knew that they were probably going to Big Max there. Implored his troops to have the presence of mind to be ready to stop it, and they did.
Built the wall around Max. Now it's Williams. High ball screen. Working against Vitti. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Spin move. There's Max in there to help. Loose ball. Who wants it? The Jaguars do. 1-on-3. Edwards to the bucket. Zaire Edwards just gave the Jaguars a 1-point lead with 49.4 seconds remaining.
He was a blur. Grabbed that 50-50, got down, did a Euro step in transition, got the Jags a lead. Nice to see the young man growing up here.
I said it earlier, freshmen become sophomores or they become freshmen. This is the second part of that.
Extreme speed there. Gave the Euro step as he was going left and got Jacoby Williams to bite on it and finished it high off the glass. Now let's see if the Jaguars can get a stop.
Harding working against Vitti with 4. Max switches over. Double team. Squeezing it. Loose basketball on the floor. Salazar on the floor calling a timeout. Referees say tie ball, and we go to the possession arrow. It's in favor of the Panthers. And Max
cannot cannot fall asleep. Have to watch the basket.
This is where film study comes in handy. See what the Jaguars learned in watching some of the film from the Payne game on this inbounds. Looking for somebody to get into. King kicks it over. Williams fumbled it. 5 seconds on the shot clock. He changed his pivot foot, no call. Spin move inside. There's contact. And there is a foul. King comes away hobbled, but he'll step up to the line with 19.3 seconds remaining and trailing by 1. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, Coach, on this side. It appeared to me as if Williams changed his pivot foot.
I thought he changed his pivot foot, and I thought that was a nice wrinkle there by Coach Mitras to throw the traps, but got it off. I thought there was a travel there as well, but he drew the contact.
And was the foul, well, I guess it's still a 2-shot foul because it doesn't matter.
Yes.
In the bonus, double bonus, so they shoot that.
So if you look, kind of had happy feet there.
Yeah, I don't know if we can re-rack that and bring it back just a shade earlier. Just before the pass, we're looking for number 0. And now we go back live. Free throw line, and he knocks it home. So King, who's played 41 minutes in this contest, now with his 11th point. It's 2 for 4 coming into that free throw opportunity. And he misses the second. So we're deadlocked again. 16 seconds left. Jaguars have to get into the front court. Edwards takes his time. 10 seconds. Edwards. Now we'll go on with the play. Vitti, the experienced one. Kirby on the slide step through. 3 seconds. Gardner steps through. The jump shot on the way. It's short of the mark, and we're going to double overtime.
This is one of those games. Jaguars got to generate more
long range. 5 players in double figures. Max Madison with 12 points and 9 rebounds. David Vitti with 12 points and 4 rebounds, but has 4 fouls, as does Madison, as does Jaquez Kirby with 4 fouls as well. Kirby with 10 points and 11 rebounds. He has been a monster on the defensive boards, has Kirby with 10 of his 11 rebounds on the defensive boards.
He's been very active on the board. So, and he's got to, on the offensive side, keep flashing, catching it, finding big guys. I think for the Jags to get out of here, they're going to need some half-court offense, and Jaquez Kirby's going to be a big part of that.
And Madison, never saying die, as King from point-blank range saw Madison come from behind and deflect that basketball. Vitti working against the 2-3 zone, gets the bounce pass. Slashing inside Kirby, tries to get the pass inside to Madison, and again, those active hands by the Panthers get them another turnover. And that's number 5 on Kirby, and his afternoon is done.
And it was definitely a bang-bang, but he was not set, so I don't disagree with the call there. It's a difficult position to be in for the Jaguars. Just, you almost have to be pitch perfect on the defensive end. You can't get a touch or a foul or anything, because every time that happens, you're putting the Panthers on the line for 2 free throws.
Now the first one is missed off the talented right arm of Tahj Harding. Came into this game averaging 18 points, leading scorer for his team, now looking for his 40th. Nine of 11 from the line. Give him a 40 piece. Isaiah Arnold on the floor to replace Kirby. Edwards, Vitti, Arnold takes an extra step. Shot up, no good. Ball tipped by Amadison, no good, but there's a whistle, and Amadison will head to the line.
There's Big Max being a positive magnet for the Jaguars when needed. He's done this all afternoon. When the Jags have needed something, Big Max has been there, whether it's been a tough rebound, a finish, an offensive rebound, a foul drawn. He's done a pretty impressive job this afternoon being a fulcrum for the Jaguars.
Jonathan King, the junior out of Akron, just fouled out of the ball game. Max Amadison at the line for Augusta. 3 for 3 tonight. First miss of the night for Madison. 13 points in the game along with 9 rebounds. 4 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. Augusta in the zone. 2-3. Floater. Comes up short. Gardner underneath Salazar, and Salazar will pick up the foul.
Once again, there was Big Max. He stepped and got the tip on the shot there, which let Dimitri Gardner get the rebound. Big Max just making his presence felt here this afternoon.
We'll send Dimitri Gardner to the line. 2 for 4 so far in the contest for Gardner. 76% free throw shooter on the year. We're in double overtime. Jaguars with a 1-point advantage. 3:30 left to go in the second bonus session. Travis Vaughn coming back into the lineup. He comes in for Vines. Coolly burying a pair of free throws is the sophomore from Winchester, Virginia, Dimitri Gardner. Give him 23 now. Game high honors for the Jaguars.
I want the Jags to stay disciplined, have a disciplined defensive possession. That means no fouls, contesting the jump shots when needed, and no one missing a box out and holding the Panthers to one shot.
That's the guy you want to keep an eye on right there. Off the back iron, beautiful tap by Salazar.
And that tap was made available by the penetration by Harding there. You have to be accountable for him, and Big Max lost Salazar by trying to account for Harding.
Salazar's second field goal. He's got 4. Open look, Arnold. Isaiah Arnold. The biggest shot of his young career at the 2:30 mark gives the Jaguars a 3-point advantage.
Charles, I think the freshmen are going to be all right.
Coach Demetris, Zach Tinkham doing a great job with recruiting. And what an incredible move against the big that was. Tahj on a mission.
What a luxury for Coach Jay Butler to have a player that anytime you need a basket, you can go to him, and more times than not, he's going to get you something positive. One thing that I can say about Tahj Harding, and I wasn't familiar with him coming into this game, but he is a winning type basketball player.
Yeah, he was a complimentary player last year. On the season, averaging about 6 or 7 points a game, and he's elevated that to 18 a contest coming in. So similar to Dimitri Gardner and what his elevation has been. He was an active player in the rotation.
Sometimes it's just roles. You know, everybody that's at this level can play, It's just your role and your fit. He's got a big-time role for the Panthers this season.
His previous career high was 25. Gardner, long rebound to Beatty. Beatty taking it to the rack. And a blocking foul against Salazar inside. He cannot believe it underneath the basket.
Well, I'm almost sure that Salazar was not outside of the smile completely, which is why he didn't get the charge. Impressive job by David Beatty to get the kick out there and not settle for a three-pointer, but just go in and create contact and put the onus of what's going to happen on the referees there.
David Beatty at the line. On the night, 1 of 2. The senior out of Beaufort, Georgia. Max Amadison fouling out just a few moments ago. The transfer from St. Bonaventure means Timmy Sellers is on the floor. And the veteran leader, the senior, Beatty, the transfer from Georgia Southern, coming through to give Augusta the lead. Comes up shy on the second attempt, so a 1-point advantage. 1:43 left. Williams. Into the hands of Vaughn.
Regardless of who wins this ball game here this afternoon, hats off to both of these programs for coming in here showing an incredible amount of resiliency and fight.
Long rebound, tipped around. Who wants it? On the floor. Pass, deflected. Salazar has it. Goes up against Sellers. He's a brick wall. Taken away by Gardner. Into the front court. Losing control of his dribble. And coming from behind was Vaughn to deflect the ball. And I think he committed the foul. Demetrius wants.
So here it is. Scrum right here. Dimitri Gardner. A chance to put the Jaguars up 3. 1:09 left in the ball game. And the Jaguars get possession back, so that was huge play in the game down the stretch here.
So Meach coming through for the Jaguars, and they'll retain the possession as well because of the flagrant foul. In essence, a intentional foul. Meach now with 25, and the Jaguars with a 3-point lead as they go around the mulberry bush. Edwards has it. The freshman tries to get it to a fellow freshman, Isaiah Arnold, and the former point guard, Demetrius, will hold on to it for dear life.
Jaguars got to get a shot up at the very least on this possession here.
Bounce pass. Edwards has it. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Beatty rises and fires. Rebound. 43 seconds left. 3-point game. Panthers will take their time into the front court. 3-guard attack. Salazar and Harding on the wings. Now they're bringing it to the top of the circle. That's Williams. Guarded by Arnold. He drives right up against him. Shot up and down.
Tough. Coach Butler called a timeout there. I think what he's going to tell the Panthers is we're going to full court pressure. We're going to go for a steal. If we don't get the steal, we're fouled. Got to the paint. One quick bounce. Got to the front. Got Virginia Union right back in striking distance.
Critical inbound for Augusta. Timmy Sellers on the floor with Isaiah Arnold, David Beatty. As he's double teamed, gets it off to Edwards. That was a very dangerous pass. Now time is running out. and they'll call a timeout. Jaguars call a timeout with 14 seconds remaining. Coach Butler trying to understand what the official was, what a difficult place it was to play inside the Hill Athletic Complex. And it's Jaguar basketball after all of that. 14.6 seconds left to go in double overtime. The Jaguars with a 1-point lead, and Dimitri Gardner to trigger. Pass is nearly deflected out of bounds. Vines.
They're going to the replay
They're
again.
go to the replay. And Edwards, let's see his body language if it bounced off him once again.
Hats off to Virginia Union, too, where they may feel like calls are going against them or anything. They're still coming out, sticking to the details, trying to win a possession back here.
Timeout on the inbounds by the Jaguars. Zaire Edwards. Right here in front of us, midcourt, David Beatty. We'll wait for Isaiah Arnold to inbound. Dimitri Gardner in the backcourt with them as well, and Timmy Sellers near the half-court mark. Timmy goes long. Arnold inbounds, gets the ball back, looks for help. Gardner over the top to Beatty, and he'll bring it in the front court. And he gets contacted. Beatty ran through Salazar, and a foul was committed by the Panthers.
Jaguars want to settle the nerves, have to make free throws.
Both fouling out outside of regulation. So David Beatty made 1 for 2 his last time at the line. 2 for 4 in this contest. Rattles out, no good. Beatty with 13. Big one here. Beatty softly buries the second one. A 2-point game. 6 seconds left. Oh, that might have been close to backcourt, into the front court, and they'll call a timeout just as he rises up for that jumper. So 2.5 seconds remaining. Let's see if they put some additional time on the clock. I think they wanted the timeout as soon as they crossed the timeline. Coach Butler didn't get what he had talked about. (80-78), the Jaguars with a 2-point lead off David Beatty's free throw just a moment ago. And the inbounds. Tahj rises and fires for the win.
It was a 2-point
field goal, and we're going to triple overtime.